Advice from a couple old guys, and I took it to heart. Pete Seeger said to me, he said, John, if you want to have a long career, keep it small, but keep it going.
John Mellencamp is a rock musician. He has sold over 40 million albums worldwide and has 7 #1 hits on the hot mainstream rock tracks, the maximum for a solo artist. He had always been musically inclined and formed his first band when he was just 14 years old. His initial years as a musician were a struggle, and his debut album, Chestnut Street Incident, released under the stage name Johnny Cougar, was a big failure. His works are not just popular and commercially successful, but have also achieved high critical appreciation. In addition to being a musician, he is also a painter who often holds exhibitions to showcase his work.
Of travel. Now, you're not in a bus, are you, when you go out?
No, I waste a lot of energy in a private plane.
Private plane, yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Net Worth Now, where you get to see the lifestyle and net worth of your favorite celebrities. We hope you enjoy these videos, and if you do, please remember to hit the like button and comment below who your favorite celebrity is so we can feature them in an upcoming video.
His full name is John J. Mellencamp, also known as Johnny Cougar, John Cougar, and John Cougar Mellencamp. He was born on October 7, 1951, in Seymour, Indiana, United States, making him about 70 years old at the time of this production. He stands at 172 centimeters, or 5 feet 7 inches tall. He is one of the founding members of Farm Aid, a benefit concert held to raise money for those farmers who were in danger of losing their farms through mortgage debt. Several prominent musicians like Bob Dylan, Billy Joel, and Ray Orbison had performed in those concerts. He is also a very skilled painter. Even though his music career overshadowed his painting career, he continues to paint as a means of creative expression. He also holds regular exhibitions of his paintings. Singer John Mellencamp has dated a few lovely ladies during his decades-long career in the entertainment industry. While it be a short fling with a girlfriend or a long marriage, the star has learned a lot about love. Priscilla was John's first wife. They were married from 1970 to 1981, and they share their daughter Michelle together. Unfortunately, there are no public photos of Priscilla. After John and Priscilla got divorced, he married his second wife, Victoria, in 1981. During their 8-year marriage, the California native and the rocker welcomed 2 beautiful daughters, Teddy and Justice. Elaine was John's third wife. They were married from 1992 to 2011 and share sons, Speck and Hud. Meg and John have a whirlwind romance. After they initially got together in November 2010, they stayed together for 4 years before breaking up in August 2014. However, they couldn't stand apart from one another because they got back together before the end of that year. Sadly, in October 2015, they called it quits again. The couple stayed separated until July 2017. Once they decided to give their romance another shot, they broke up again when they called off their engagement in 2019. When John and Meg took a break, the singer dated supermodel Christy Brinkley in 2016. Christy is just a bundle of positive energy, and that rubs off on John, an insider told Closer in May of that year, and added that the couple was affectionate with one another. In early 2020, John and Jamie became a couple and dated for nearly a year. Things appeared to be going well for the two, with Jamie introducing John to her triplets, a source told Closer. They were even staying at his place in Bloomington, Indiana, amid the coronavirus pandemic together. However, Page 6 reported the two quietly split in January 2021. The singer became involved with a realtor, Natasha Barrett, shortly after he called it quits with Jamie. So far, they are still together.
Before a show?
I have a routine, I work out, and that was really fun, and, because we both had heart attacks, Dave. You remember that part?
Mm-hmm.
He was born as one of 5 children at the home of a father who worked as an executive with a local electronics firm. He had surgery for spina bifida as an infant. He loved music from a young age and formed his first band, Crepe Soul, when he was just 14. He also played with other local bands. He was an unruly teenager and was not much interested in studies. He became a father shortly after graduating high school. He went to Vincennes University in 1972. There he began using drugs and alcohol. Despite his lack of discipline and drug addiction, he managed to graduate in 1974. His career started when he moved to New York to pursue a career in music. There he met Tony DeFries, who insisted that he adopt the stage name of Johnny Cougar. His first album, Chestnut Street Incident, a collection of covers, was released under his new stage name in 1976. The album was a failure. After struggling for the next couple years, he got his first big hit in 1979 with I Need a Lover, featured in his album John Cougar. The album also had the tracks Miami and Small Paradise. The year 1982 was a great one for him. His album American Fool became his best breakthrough. It peaked at number 1 on the Billboard 200 chart and became the best-selling album of the year. It had the singles Jack and Diane and Hurt So Good. Scarecrow in 1985 reached number 2 on the US charts. 3 singles from the album became top 10 hits: ROCK in the USA, Lonely All Night, and Small Town. His 1987 album, The Lonesome Jubilee, was one of his most successful ones. The soulful album charted worldwide in 10 countries. Over the 1980s, he began to tour and performed extensively all over the world in that decade. He hailed from rural America, and many of his songs reflect the rustic spirit of the lands where he grew up. The album Human Wheels, released in 1993, reached number 7 on the Billboard 200, followed by the release of Dance Naked in 1994. The single Wild Night was the most successful. In 1996, he released the album Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky, which was experimental. He had suffered a near-fatal heart attack in 1994, and this album reflected his brush with death. The decade of the 2000s was not very kind to his musical career. He released several albums including Cutting Heads in 2001, Trouble No More in 2003, and Life, Death, Love, and Freedom in 2008. But none of these could repeat the success he enjoyed in past decades. American Fool was his breakthrough album which launched his career as a famous rock musician. It was the best-selling album of the year and has achieved multi-platinum status in both the US and Canada. It also peaked at number 1 in both countries. His album Scarecrow, which peaked at number 2 on the US charts, was ranked among the 100 greatest albums of the 1980s by Rolling Stone magazine. He has received 13 Grammy Award nominations so far. He won the Grammy Award for Best Male Rock Performer for Hurt So Good in 1982. In 1991, he was presented with the Nordhoff Robbins Silver Clef Special Music Industry Humanitarian Award.
Laugh, but you don't know when you have those things, you know. I didn't feel well. I was on tour, and I went back to Bloomington where they have real doctors. And
his estimated annual salary is around $1 to $1.2 million. As of 2021, he is estimated to be worth $30 million. He owns a $2.3 million apartment in Soho, New York, a mansion in Monroe Lake, and a mansion in Bloomington, Indiana. According to an interview, he owns around 50 cars. The most notable and known cars are a 1956 Nomad station wagon, a Chevy station wagon, a 1965 Chevrolet Corvette convertible, and a Triumph bike.